What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital. We are back for I'll say another week, but we ain't really here back fucking last week, sorry.
We're fucking MIA sometimes.
MIA sometimes, yeah.
Look, fuck, man, what do you do?
What are you doing?
We're here. It's hit and miss fucking football, hit and miss fucking podcast,
hit and miss
FC, bruh.
Exactly right. But Steve, yeah, I just really don't want to do this, mate. Honestly, because
it's not looking good, bruv.
It's not. But
this is scroll up. No. Scroll up. No. We got to start the week off.
You start. That's not the week though. That's today's game.
That's today's games. We got to go. Keep going. We got to start with.
What are we going back to round one?
Let's go back to round one.
All right.
Because we missed so much.
Nottingham Forest.
We missed so much. Like we got to start.
Well,
from the start.
I don't want to be talking about Wolves and fucking Man United, mate. We got the points, but it was fucking horrible to watch. Where are we gonna go? Let's go, your boys.
Should we go? Should we start with Manchester United, Tottenham?
No, we shouldn't.
Should we start?
We shouldn't.
I think we should start with Manchester United, Tottenham. I think we should.
Fly the plane, Steve.
Oh, fuck
Get him out.
Fuck me dead. Like,
get him out. Ten Hag out.
Seriously, like fucking hell.
Bro,
seriously, this game, like, I was saying it, I was like, and this is my opinion, guys, that Tottenham really weren't that good, but Man United were just that bad. Like, what was going on here? Like, you guys seem that you're playing a brand of football that has no style. You're kicking about the ball and hoping and praying for the best. And you need for a striker? Fuck me dead. Do you guys need a striker?
Need a striker, midfielder, left back, right back.
You need a little bit of everything right now, man.
Left mid.
Your goalkeeper's looking good, though. I'll give you credit. The goalkeeper, I think it's a good signing. But, I mean, apart from that, it's looking a bit shambolic. I mean, watching against Tottenham, having the ball, having all the possession, but really not having like much of a clue on the ball, a plan. And it just seems like a team that hasn't played football together before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they haven't, bro.
But it feels like it's a whole new team, and they're just getting, they're kicking about. It's a kick about.
We're in trouble, bro. We're in trouble, honestly. I had a bad, like, I know you don't get much out of preseason, but I just seen during preseason and even with the signings and all that sort of stuff, I said, you know what, this year we're in trouble. I know optimistic fucking predictions start of the season and all that, but I could have come back at halftime in that Wolves game and told you we're not making top 4 with playing like that. And it's a little bit worrying, bro. Honestly, again, you expect, all right, first game of the season against Wolves. You know, they're tipped maybe to go down by all the pundits. We even picked them and all that. So it's like maybe it was like a mental thing going into that Wolves game and thinking it's a walkover. They lost this player. They lost fucking half their best players and we're going to walk them over. And it wasn't to be, right? And then you go to this Tottenham game thinking they got to at least put in a decent performance. But honestly, bro, it feels like we've gone backwards already. I know it's 2 games in, but it feels like we've gone backwards. And the lineup again, and I think this has to go on the manager, bro. It has to go on to the manager because you're starting Garnacho, you started Mason Mount again, and I know you give these players chances, but there's no balance. Like, what are we trying to do? We bought a keeper to play out from the back, but then you got Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, who can't play out from the back. Martinez hasn't really had the best of starts this year. All right, he came back from a 3-month injury that he had at the back end of last season. Yes, so maybe he needs a bit of game time to get back into the swing of things. Yeah, so we'll give him a bit of time. But again, shocker. I know he gave away the goal and the first goal deflected off him. Not much you can really do. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really don't see why Garnacho is starting in this game. No idea why. Mason Mount as well. There's no balance in the midfield, leaving Casemiro exposed with 2 10s playing and not disciplined. And they're not disciplined at all, bro. Do you know what I mean?
No, they move forward. They forget it. They got a bit of Ozil in them. I'm going forward. I'll think about going back when I feel like it. And you can't
not even that. Like even like
to pick up the ball, literally Casemiro deep.
Literally, yeah, like tactical discipline of a cat, bro. Just all over the place. Like there's no help. You're leaving him exposed, and then of course they're gonna fucking play around Casemiro, and then he looks shit because of that. But really, he's hung out to dry. Yeah. But even going forward, bro, like obviously Rashford said in that interview thing with Gary Neville, he likes playing on the left. All right, our Hoyland is not available at the moment, so you stick Rashford there. But it's pointless to have Rashford there. You might as well, like, why are you playing Sancho in the false 9 in preseason? Throw him on the right, throw him on the left.
He actually did well against my guys.
Yeah, but he did okay in preseason in that role. All right, but Garnacho was horrible against Wolves. Why is he getting another start? Right. Don't care if it's sometimes you try to play players into form, but he's an impact player. Throw him on with 10, 15 to go when everyone's tired, and then he makes them runs. Man, throw Rashford out on the left, have Sancho down as in the center as the false 9. Yeah, Mason Mount off and put fucking Eriksen in, someone that can hold the ball.
Yeah.
There's zero ball retention in this team.
You did look
Sancho is the only player that can with good ball retention. Right, a lot of the time, like for example, Garnacho gets the ball and he runs at their defenders, has no clue, zero footballing IQ,
he's direct.
Just runs direct,
yeah.
And then he cuts in and there's no one there because he's just too pacey for everyone. Where Sancho, he doesn't got the pace, but he holds up play and brings our players into the game, so then we can look to link up. Where every time, even the last game against Wolves, once Sancho came on, once Eriksen, these players come on, we start playing better football because we can fucking hold the ball. But I just don't know, bro. Anthony as well on the other side. It feels, even like on preseason, it feels like every time our B team played, which was players like Sancho was part of that B team. That's
Eriksen.
the whole Eriksen, Palestri. We look like a better team. Wan-Bissaka, Delo, flip a coin on both of them. But you want to play out from the back. It's not Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka's there to do. He's improved him, like he's improved, but he's there to keep players quiet. Like if he's man marking like some sort of Salah and Mbappe, like I remember with this PSG, kept him quiet because he just does them last ditch challenges. But you want to play out from the back. You've got some sort of style that you want to do, but
you don't have the personnel.
You don't have the personnel, but these are the players you're bringing in. You got to die on that. You got to die on the fucking Anthony sword. You got to die on the Mason Mount sword. It doesn't make sense. Mason Mount didn't make sense. How many times did I say, give me fucking Madison?
I was saying the
I got a clip from 4 years ago saying I want Madison and Sancho.
I was saying Madison would be perfect for you guys. Madison to Newcastle would have been perfect. It just didn't happen. And then because nobody knocked on his door, he goes to the team that he hates, which is Spurs. Yeah. So if you guys had knocked on his door, he would have come running straight away.
Yes. Yeah, bro.
And it would have been cheap.
And then, I don't know, bro. Look, we consider the first guy, Anthony, then hits the post after that. We had chances in the first half to get in the lead. We should have had a penalty for the handball. No one's really talking about that. But last week against Wolves, everyone wants to talk about Onana should have been a penalty on their player. Well, no one's talking about the handball. His hands are out here. It's a penalty. And we don't get it given again. So it's one of
the officiating in the Premier League is always going to be.
But what's the rules now? Like his hands out here, is it a pen now or not? Like I don't know. But anyways, regardless whether that pen or not, we were shocking, bro.
You guys
were
showing up, honestly. Like we saw I was talking about the first goal. We were looking at it just before, and Kulu was like open
in the space. Where was Luke Shaw? And you got Garnacho looking. Fuck, I gotta.
Your back four was so compressed.
Yeah.
And Kulusevski looked like he was in the car park. Like the ball goes out to Kulu, and there's no one there. The linesman is closer to Kulu. The fans at the game are closer to Kulu than Luke Shaw, and he gets to put puts a cross into the box, unmarked, no pressure, and you guys concede, and it's bare bones basic defending. It's mark your man, and Kulusevski being that player that you have to keep an eye on. Son being that player you have to keep an eye on, and I know they haven't been in the best of form last season. But still, you can't give him an opportunity to put a ball into the box. And I don't know, like
Harry Kane not even there as well, mate, to punish us, and he still couldn't get anything out of this game, which is disappointing. But look, bro,
where to from here? Like seriously,
they need to bounce back. It needs to be a big result. It needs to be a big performance against Nottingham Forest on the weekend, because then we got you guys before the international break, and if we play like this against you guys, we're gonna look at it. It's gonna be a Liverpool fucking 7-0 scoreline if we play like that. Dead set, because there's zero movement on and off the ball. Like we cried about McFred all these years, and to watch that.
Yeah.
Bring him back in, McTominay and Fred. Bring him back in. At least there was a bit of a fucking balance in there.
Your midfield had a bit of bite. Now it's
it doesn't make sense, and I think Ten Hag needs to make some decisions early on, because this playing the same lineup now against Forest, it's not going to cut it, bro. You can't. I'm sorry. Like everyone brags about Garnacho. I haven't been convinced at him at all since he's first come in. Like I haven't. And everyone's like, oh, Garnacho, this, Garnacho, that. No, well, he's not that type of player, and he's not going to get you out of trouble. Yeah, he scored a few goals and stuff, but what does he actually do, right? You got Mason Mount again. You might as well bring in Jesse Lingard. At least Jesse Lingard can hold the ball and link up play. And tenacious off the ball. What the fuck does Mason Mount offer us?
Mason Mount hasn't offered Chelsea anything. He was one of those players. He was just wandering around the pitch.
He wasn't that bad. I personally
with Chelsea, he was.
I don't know. Maybe
he was shocking.
Yeah,
I've seen him and Havertz.
I liked him at Chelsea, but even now,
you'd rather him at Chelsea, not at Man United. So yeah, he liked him at Chelsea. He'd be very happy to give him back to Chelsea.
No, like I just don't see if for example, if McTominay played with Casemiro and then Mason Mount, then I'll say okay, maybe it might work. But you can't have Bruno and Mount in the same team. It's a recipe for the disaster, to be honest. And like, yeah, then again, Anthony on the right hand side, bro. Like I don't understand that. Pellistri comes on and is
more enthused.
Yeah.
More enthused, I think so, because I think Anthony looked a bit
better decision making, better runs, better on the ball.
I think Anthony
and then even when
him holding up the ball.
Martial slowly back from injury, he's still around. You
can't really rely on Martial.
Let's get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm sick of these guys.
2-0. Tottenham have taken those 3 points. Ange Postecoglou gets his first win, and he gets it at home.
Do you know, I swear to God, every time.
And you know what? They didn't.
Every time we verse fucking a thing, something to do with an Australian. And last time it was Aaron Moy for Brighton, and he scored the winner. Then it was fucking Matt Ryan, maybe at Brighton as well. No, where was it? Was he somewhere else before Brighton? No, he was at Brighton.
He was at Arsenal for a while.
He was at Arsenal for a bit. But every time there's an Aussie involved, we just had to cop it.
Well, fucking this time, Spurs get the win. They get 3 points. They're jumping for joy.
Let's get a Chelsea. Let's get a Chelsea, mate.
Chelsea. Penzo Fernandes.
Mate, at least we didn't spend 6 billion in a window. At least we're all right.
6.3
billion, yeah?
Billion
yen.
With another 4.2 billion coming in. Just to top it up.
3-1. What? 3-1, man.
Dude, they got hammered. Do not pardon the pun. They got hammered. They got exposed. Like,
I didn't expect that, to be honest. Some of their players coming in, played Casado giving away a penalty in that game as well. So, and while his Brighton are getting stronger and stronger at the same time, bro, they're putting four past teams. But yeah, man, Mikel Antonio grabbing that goal, they left him in space in the back, and then you're questioning the goalkeeper Sanchez about
you got to do better.
Which side? Of course, he's going to go that side. He's the only side that's fucking open.
The defender's done his job. He's marked your near post. Now you know which way he's going, and to be honest, I look at Chelsea's goalkeeper and I think you got to worry a little bit, because some of those goals, you got to ask the question. His positioning was off. Even his reactions, just delayed. And West Ham, they walked through them. I mean, it wasn't even hard. Chelsea really didn't put up too much of a fight. I mean, their early goal, I've got to give I can't pronounce the young fella's name, but you know what? That goal that he did score, turned the defender in between two, beat the keeper. That was a wonderful goal. Like, honestly, from 19-year-old, I think, great goal, great way to take it. Quality there. But apart from that, they really didn't show too much more. Apart from defensive frailties, apart from their goalkeeper looking a shambles, apart from Penzo Fernandes taking a penalty, pretty much dropping it right in front of the keeper and expecting to beat him. Like, it was... You know what? The better team won. Let's just be honest. West Ham, they were good for this win.
Yeah, man. It looks like Reece James is going to be out for another injury as well, man. Doesn't every time. He just got announced captain, that, and he gets injured.
Dude, that's never... Look, I think players like Reece James, great player, but every time he comes back from injury, he's a couple of yards. He's not as quick anymore. He's not as sharp anymore.
Yeah.
And for me, I look at Reece James and I think of Theo Walcott. Remember when he was doing really well, get an injury, come back, and every time he came back, he'd lost a yard of pace. And Reece James is looking like that kind of player. I think Chelsea have to look at Reece James as more of a liability than anything else, and maybe it's time to cash in and replace. They've already spent.
Reckon,
dude.
They just gave him the captaincy, cuz.
Dude,
give him the captaincy. 2 days later, he's gone.
Where's your captain? He's in hospital. Like seriously, dude. Like you can't. He spends more time on the bench than the bench. You know what I mean? Like shit.
Yeah, but look, Ward Prowse comes in at West Ham now, and he's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad there.
First corner, gets himself a corner.
Yeah,
pinpoint,
assist.
Dropped it on his fucking head, mate.
Mikel Antonio doing the business there, and Paqueta getting that penalty towards the end.
Yeah.
Nice little finish, but he could be on his way out to Manchester City. So
can't blame him.
Depending what happens now and the end of that transfer window, they could miss him. If they are going to get rid of him, they should do it early so they can replace him with someone.
The longer Manchester City leave it, the more they're going to have to pay West Ham, because to be honest, I don't think West Ham are in a position when it comes to their lineup to be able to thin it out any further.
Yeah, especially closer to deadline day. So which we've still got time, but still, 10 days, 12 days, whatever it might be.
Got to be careful.
Yeah.
I think West Ham don't want to thin out anymore because they could be in a relegation battle if they do start losing some other players. They lost Declan Rice and,
Yeah, so not the best starts for Pochettino. So see what happens in the next couple of games. My boy Edson Alvarez came on, not for Chelsea, for West Ham. I actually read it wrong last time we were doing the transfer talk.
Yep. We'll correct it too in the comments. Big up yourself.
Yeah, because when I was reading it, he says he's in London, not for Chelsea. It was for West Ham. Anyways, so see how he goes there. Came on the last 10 minutes.
So where are Chelsea sitting on the table now, if you don't mind me?
Next to United, mate. We don't even make the
top
half.
15th or some shit like that.
Yeah, give or take. Give or take. Oh, I reckon they're lower with 1 point. I reckon 2 teams lost back to back.
At least I got 1 point. 1 point's better than no points.
We got 3, mate. We're not bad.
Are they 15th? Yeah, I think they are 15th.
15th, yeah. We're not fucking far off.
Oh, shit. Yeah, shit. They're done, but they
got Luton next. So.
Yeah, but how much did they spend? They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose against Luton. It's over.
Luton and Burnley didn't play. That's weird.
Luton are gonna win, bro. Luton are gonna beat Chelsea. The way Chelsea are playing at the moment, they are looking like a headless chicken. Yeah. They've got the players, they've got the personnel. On paper, they look great, which has always been the case. But like I said, their goalkeeper, questionable right now. And I know we needed a new keeper. I think you got the wrong one, bruv.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So see what happens with that. I don't know, man. Look, we got Manchester City 1-0 over Newcastle.
You know what? You want that
the El
game.
Cashico.
You know what? Like, yeah, it was. But you know what? 30 minutes. It took 30 minutes before Manchester City
first shot on target, and it was pinpoint.
What a fucking shot.
Yeah, bro. Alvarez.
Honestly, that was fucking wonderful goal. But after that, Newcastle sit deep and just made it so difficult. Haaland
tried to hit him on the counter with Wilson and stuff. So I don't look.
Guimaraes, yeah, in the middle of nowhere, same position and fucking as fucking
pointers.
Yeah, forget it, mate.
Try to double it up, but bro, I thought Newcastle were gonna kind of fall off, bro. But I think they're in the mix again. It will be interesting what happens when they start playing that Champions League football and Premier League. The games, do they got the squad depth? The window's still open. They had a massive result last week against fucking Villa. Wasn't expecting that result. Was it 5-1 or 4-1 or something? Smashed them, and wasn't really expecting that. 1-0 against Manchester City. Really, they're gonna come to Old Trafford and pull fucking 16 past us this year. The way we're going,
mate,
Newcastle will pull fucking 10 against on us. I'm worried for us, bro, Steve.
They got a good squad. They got a good squad. Newcastle, look, to be honest, yes, they were on the back foot against Manchester City, but remember, this is Manchester City. So I know Newcastle. Newcastle fans are going, we dropped 3 points. But let's be honest, it was a tight game. Manchester City didn't do themselves any favours, and they had their opportunities, like you said. So I think any Newcastle fan out there right now can still leave this game with their head held high, because at the same time, it was still a tight game. You know what I mean? So
I think Laporte might be going to Al Nassr.
You know what? Honestly, great defender. Can't believe Premier League clubs aren't going for him. But this may be a Manchester City thing. They might not be wanting to sell to Premier League clubs. They don't want to strengthen anyone. They're like, well, out you go, out the door. Great defender.
Yeah. Look, Liverpool 3-1 winners at home to Bournemouth before they went down 1-0. You thought, here we go. That Bournemouth fucking curse, we're going to do them again.
And then
But
there was,
I know they pumped Bournemouth last year. Who they lose to? I think they beat us 7-0, then lost to Bournemouth.
didn't they destroy?
Brighton.
No, they destroyed Bournemouth.
Yeah, the first game.
The first game,
9-0.
they killed them.
And fucking Salah didn't get a goal or an assist.
Yeah,
Fuck everyone's
everyone's
fantasy.
fantasy went to shit because
Yeah. McAllister gets a red card in that one,
Yeah.
which kind of hurts him. I know they got the
3 games, man.
Japanese midfielder and Endo,
Yeah, from Germany, 30-year-old.
Stuttgart. Yeah, does he come in straight away? Or will have to come in straight away? They've got no other options now in midfield.
Isn't he an 8?
But it doesn't matter. He's got to come in.
They don't have anyone else.
They've got no one else. I don't know who else they're going to play. Soboslai was actually a good player, man. I don't mind him at all.
They might bring him further. They might have to. Well, they
Mate,
might have
play
to
with
bring
fucking
Soboslai further forward.
6'10s. Put 6'10s there.
Fuck, what are you gonna do, man?
Put them all up front, go forward. But Diaz getting a nice goal there.
Yeah.
The other one was a penalty by Salah, missed it on the follow up, gets it in, and then a bit of luck at the end for their third goal to finish the game off. Already down to 10 men at that point. Look, 3 points is 3 points. But they need recruitment too, bro. Liverpool needs some massive recruitment.
Defensively, I think.
That first goal that they did concede, it was like, I wouldn't put a blame on Van Dijk, but he sprays a pass out and miscontrolled. I can't remember who it was. Miscontrols it, and then it's him and Van Dijk and Robin said, could they got the block away? Maybe. And then the Alisson as well.
Alisson is sort of like just
all over the place.
just rooted to the spot.
It's like it feels like no one is ready, Steve. Feels like no one's ready.
I think it feels like.
But then your boys, are they ready or they're not ready?
No, my boys are in neutral. They're just rolling through.
Rolling through.
They're not. They're just rolling. It's not
Whatever
like
happens. Kind of
I
thing, yeah?
swear. Like honestly,
It feels like besides even Manchester
Zero
City,
pre-season.
Manchester City, they got the 3-0 last week. The Super Cup they played was again lackluster against Sevilla. The charity match thingy, community shoot against you guys, they were, again. Who's ready to take this league on? I wasn't even ready to start. I reckon
Brighton are ready.
Brighton and Brentford again.
Brighton, Munich are ready.
Brighton, Munich, and Brentford are ready to go, mate. Take the league out, but it's one of them seasons already. I know they're 2 games in, but it just feels like, man, we need like a couple more weeks of preseason
Cobwebs.
before we start again.
Big ass cobwebs, bro. Big
It's an
ass
interesting one.
cobwebs.
But how are your boys, Steve? I didn't get to catch your game. I did see the penalty. There should have been another one, or so.
The shits and giggles formation continues.
The yellow cards for 8 seconds, wasting time. That's
Well,
fucking
look, you know what? Look,
cheaters. You tried to blame Newcastle last year.
No, the first yellow card. I'm all for that.
The
It's
wasting
fine.
time?
Yeah. No, look, you know what? It's a rule. Wasting time.
He had a throw in there.
Yeah, throwing you took too long. That's it. No, you know what? Fair enough.
No options, Steve.
No, it doesn't.
no
matter.
options, like,
No, it doesn't. Look,
give
and
everyone else a card.
Wasting time. Fair enough. But the second yellow card, that was a load of shit.
Yeah.
That was too soft. That was a fucking referee trying to make a name for himself. And you know what? Go fuck yourself. You did. End of the day, no, seriously, he did. It's like, here we go. Takahiro gets a second yellow. He's off. Down to 10 men. And to be perfectly honest, Takahiro in this game didn't look good. He's on the wrong side. He's playing him as a left back. And it's looking a little bit hit and miss. Our formation at the moment, most Arsenal fans are a little bit confused about it. And I was saying it to you, it looks like a 3-4-3 to me. It's looking like we're playing with, 3 in the back, Ben White, Saliba, and whoever we got at the left back now, which won't be Tomiyasu. Hopefully it's going to be.
Won't be Timber as well, mate.
Maybe
He's
it's
out.
gonna
Remember the last game, got an injury?
It could be Zinchenko. Yeah, he's out for the season.
Nah.
Look, it's probably going to be 3 months, but let's
3-4 months.
Yeah, so
5
pretty
January.
much done. So Zinchenko and Tini are available, but we're not using Tini. So we are playing 3 in the back right now, with Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in the middle of the park. And I was saying to you that I'm noticing that Thomas Partey and Ben White are on orders that when Ben White moves forward, Partey drops in, and that's sort of the formation. I look at that formation that Arsenal playing right now, and it just looks like we're trying to accommodate Kai Havertz. And I was worried about when we signed him that everyone's saying, he's going to come off the bench. I said, Arsenal do not spend £60 million on a player to sit on the bench. He will start. But how he's going to play. So Kai Havertz is in our midfield. But in this game, I can't blame him too much for this game. I look at Eddie Nketiah with a good 3 opportunities, 2 clear-cut opportunities. Yeah. That, let's be honest, as an Arsenal fan, we look at it and we say, if we had a striker who was somewhat clinical, we would have had 2 goals.
Do you wait, Steve, now, or?
Yes.
I think we had a conversation during the transfer vid. Do you wait for Jesus to come back, or do you need to go in the market before it shuts and get yourself a striker? And I know the Ivan Toney conversations, but you need someone now. I reckon you need someone now, someone that can come in, even if it's a 6-month loan. Weghorst style.
No, he's not. You know, if you're going to
not him, I'm not.
But you need a
like
player.
I'm not saying Weghorst. I'm saying that like a 6-month
solution,
band-aid solution before while you wait for Jesus to get back, because with Nketiah, you got the game finishes 1-0. You don't really look back at it, but then that could finish 0-0.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Keeper doesn't make that penalty,
Yep.
or doesn't come out for that pen,
Right.
and then it's 0-0.
Yep.
Right, because out of all the players they fell to, it forced to him. You're playing up front. The majority of the chances created are for you. You don't take him. That's 0-0. You're already playing catch up. Really, you know. I know it's still early doors, but do you go in? Do you go in for a striker? Or do you go in for a striker now, and maybe he's like a long term option now? I don't know who.
There's not really much available.
There's not really much available.
A lot of
but
people are going to talk Vlahovic, and I still am not convinced about that striker. I think he
scored on the weekend for.
I know, but I look at him and I still think to myself, it will take time for a player like that.
I thought Champions League football is going to attract players, Steve. You should be able to get anyone you want.
We can get anyone we want. It's about having the money to fucking buy that player.
If you want to compete, like I said in January, if you want to compete,
I honestly think that our answer is having Trossard play the false 9 for us not fucking around.
That's right. Yeah, you got
we got a player who can play just like Jesus, who's good on either foot, who's playing second fiddle to Eddie Nketiah. I think Nketiah can sit on his backside. We got Balogun, who's also there, who's not been sold yet, who we could use. If we're not going to sell now, you know what I mean? We should be using him, utilising him. Another player that could come in for Nketiah. We have options, but we're just not using them. So in my opinion, with the options that we have, anyone with their right mind, Mikel Arteta, use your fucking brain. Use the fucking squad that you have and stop fucking around. Wait for Ivan Toney in January. Get him. Use him. We didn't use Trossard when we first got him. We were a little bit, we've got him, we'll just use him when we need him. I think Mikel Arteta's problem is using the whole squad. You've got a Balogun. I don't care if there's talks about him leaving. You've got Leandro Trossard, a guy who can score from either end of his foot. Either side he can score. He plays a false 9. He can play on the wing. You can chop and change between him and Martinelli, switching up from the left wing to striker. I don't understand why we aren't doing it. I hope to see something like this against Fulham, because I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah start against Manchester United in this form. It will do you a favour. Varane and Martinez will not have much problems.
Yeah, not after last year, mate.
Luke,
Luke 2 against us, the winner as well.
Luke Shaw, on the other hand, he's going to have his you got to defend the winger, bro. Trust me on this. Don't leave this prick open. But
you're right, yeah.
It's you know what I mean? Leandro Trossard can do the job. I hope to see him against Fulham. If we do, it's going to be positive.
But Steve, 1-0 all around, decent. You reckon? Okay performance?
We controlled the game. They really didn't have much chance. And we've started slow, much like City. We're just matching them right now. So, hey.
Exactly right.
3 points at a time, eh?
Look, Steve, we won't go through the rest of the game, but big win for Villa 4-0 against Everton. Some of the goals that Villa scored, bit shocking from Everton's side of things. You know what I mean? I don't know. Some of that defending, you got them. They possibly could be going down.
Was they defending?
Yeah, true.
It's a fucking
Brentford got up 3-0 to Fulham. I know Fulham got a red card there. Brighton, again, big winners. They just give away players, and it's like they get better and better for some reason. They're 4-1 against Wolves. And Nottingham Forest kicked off their season with winning ways. Their first win of the season. 2-1 to Sheffield, and Sheffield scored a cracker of a goal in that one. Maybe the goal of the round, to be honest, Steve.
It was a tough game.
But look, man, nice and short and sweet. Keep it that way. But let's see. Hopefully we're back next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're back next week.
Last minute FC.
You know how it is. But guys, yeah, like always, like, share, subscribe. Go over to the Aussie Gooner. Make sure you hit subscribe on his channel too. He's hit over 500, I think. We're on the way to the 1K mark.
Support. It's all about support.
Leave all your comments. Let us know what you guys think. And the upcoming games. See you later.